So when it comes to Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Stephen Curry, when everything is all said and done, you cannot speak on each player's legacy without speaking about the other. For one, when LeBron James had returned to Cleveland in 2014, he was pretty much on his way of just collecting championships, possibly 3 to 4 of them. But a young Stephen Curry, along with his teammates Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala, along with a little bit of luck, got one over on LeBron James. But in the following season, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving were able to put together a great comeback on the Golden State Warriors, even though Las Vegas had them as the favorites in that series. But after that exact moment, if the script was to continue the way it should have been written, LeBron James was basically going to have won over the Warriors every single season after that. The Warriors at that point were similar to the Seattle Seahawks and the Legion of Boom after Russell Wilson threw that interception in the Super Bowl. After that, that team was pretty much done due to that devastating loss. And it was a similar circumstance with the Golden State Warriors blowing that 3-1 lead, Draymond getting suspended, and Andrew Bogut getting hurt in the finals. But what brought Golden State back to life was Kevin Durant joining them the following season. And thus the script changed. LeBron James, instead of adding more rings to his legacy, his path took a left turn, and unexpectedly Kevin Durant cemented himself with a couple of rings. But eventually, due to a lot of outside pressure, Durant, of course, left Golden State, went on his own to fully solidify himself, almost taking the same journey LeBron James did when he left Miami and went to Cleveland. He had to get one on his own to fully cement his legacy. But here's where the legacy of Steph Curry comes in. Stephen Curry, at the time when KD had departed from the Warriors, he's always left curiosity among NBA viewers, whether it be beat writers, analysts, fans, but we always had this notion in our heads, could Curry do it on his own? We've never fully seen it, and the narrative of him in 2015 winning the finals and not even getting the finals MVP was pretty much the overall narrative hanging over his head, and he needed to jump over that hurdle to cement himself and his legacy. And we could tell at the time it meant a lot to him, because in the 2017 NBA Finals, after being up 3-1, he went to the locker room crying because he understood that he had not performed well enough in that game to solidify himself as a finals MVP, and KD would basically take it back to back. But here's where things get real interesting. Starting off in the 2020 to 21 season, Stephen Curry looked revamped. The Warriors were going through injuries, but he was clearly the leader, and he began to close that narrative of could he be that guy to lead his team. And then finally, he cemented his legacy not only with a great season in 2021 to 22, but also an NBA championship, undoubtedly leading his team. And he did this with Andrew Wiggins as his second best player at the time, as Klay Thompson returned, but he wasn't his old self. But Stephen Curry still elevated himself to a whole nother level that we've never seen before. Not only did he bulk up and revamp his whole physical body, but he also added a few layers to his game. But after that championship, a brand new pressure started happening on Kevin Durant's side. It was proven that Stephen Curry could win a ring without KD. Now the pressure was on for KD to do the same. That's why I said in the beginning of this segment, you cannot tell one player's story without mentioning the other. These three players deeply impact each other's legacies.